not be tolerated and grounds for removal from the site of competition. Please enjoy the game in a positive manner. At this time, to honor America, please stand, move your hats, and join in singing the national anthem.
Girls Volleyball. My name is Zach Seedoff. Thank you for joining us here at SVA Media, where tonight the penultimate match of the Panthers season will take place here at the Oregon Gymnasium against the visiting Monroe Cheemaker. Tristan is on the camera for us. Thank you, Tristan, for doing the camera work. And as I just quickly look at it right now, Oregon, unfortunately, sitting at the bottom of the Badger South along with the Cheesemakers. A win here today would help them differentiate a little bit, hopefully get a bit better seed into the tournament if they can get there. Like I said, this is their penultimate match. They have only one more game following this one, and that will be against Beaver Dam a week from today, Thursday, October the 12th. Will be the final match for these Panthers. They have been playing some great volleyball of late. They dropped a heartbreaker to Milton back on Thursday, the 21st of September, 3-2, but they took 4 out of 5 at the Reedsburg Invitational. But now we are underway. The serve starts with Monroe. It's handled by Oregon. Aaron Flanagan sets back, and this one will just be set over for a free ball. Monroe tries to get set up. They put it outside to Peyton Siegeffis, but it's quickly handled. Outside to Rogers. Rogers drives the ball through the block and down. Leah Rogers, one of the most dangerous Panthers above the net. She shows why there, gets the first side out. First point for her team to start this match, as Erin Flanagan will get the serving started. Flanagan drives one a bit too long. Good eye from the Cheesemakers. They let it go out of bounds, and immediately it's a side out to them. As I was watching the warm-ups, the only thing I noticed that the Panthers might be able to exploit from the Cheesemakers is that their setters like to set the ball very high. So if the Panthers could get on the block early, that may help them here. Serving now is Peyton Sigafus. Long run for the jump serve, but it's not long enough to get over the net. Side out Oregon, they lead 2-1. Leah Rogers now to serve for the Panthers as we get a sub. Sigafus checks out and Haley Bethauser checks in for the Cheesemakers. It's Bethauser to take it. Not a perfect pass, but a decent set into the middle. Well handled by Rogers on the swing. Backside set now to Reek. Reek drives one off the arms of Meredith Hose. Aaron Reek with a great swing, and the libero Meredith Hose not able to handle it for Monroe. Point for Oregon, and they're up 3-1 early in this first set. Leah Rogers again to serve. Straight on, topspin serve, and that one not well handled, and in fact out of bounds, outside of the range of the antenna. That one came off the arm of Haley Bethauser, and it's 4-1 Panthers. Bethauser fields it once again. Center serve right at the 10-foot line, and she's able to find the spot. That's Sydney Mathiasen, one of the captains of this Cheesemaker team, finds a decent spot where Erin Flanagan can't return it. Side out from Monroe, they trail 4-2. Long serve coming, but perfectly handled. And now Reek for the spike, and she finds the open floor. Give credit to Leah Rogers on that. A difficult serve, and Leah Rogers delivers a perfect pass to Erin Flanagan, who sets up Erin Reet, who puts it down. Emily Conup, the libero, now to serve for the Panthers. Conup with a jump floater, difficult to handle, but well handled by Monroe. And they'll just gently roll it over. Flanagan now going outside to Beckett Pearson. Pearson, the hard-driven ball, but it's picked up by the Cheesemakers. Double hit, though. Double hit against Alexis Allen. The setter couldn't get her fingers in place. And it's 6-2 Oregon with the early lead. Another jump floater. Boy, that is a tough serve to handle. Oh, and she finds the line. I thought that might have gone out of bounds, but the line judge signals in. It finds the line. Boy, a serve like that is darn near impossible to handle. What a service ace from Emily Conup. She's got her team up 7-2, and she serves again. Goes longer this time, difficult to handle from Monroe, and they'll have to send a free roll shot over. No, they can't get it over the net. Haley Bethauser, I think, changed her mind late there to go with the roll shot. Initially, she was just going to pass it over, and the roll shot ends up in the net. 8-2 Oregon. Conup continuing to serve. Again, not particularly well handled by the Cheesemakers. Good outside set, though. A light drive picked up by Conup. Flanagan sets it up. Reed will just roll this one over. Now they've got a good ball here for the Cheesemakers. Backside set stopped by the Panthers, but gotten up well by the Cheesemakers. They send over the free ball. Flanagan in position to Roberts. Roberts drives one out of bounds. Oh, what a block by the Panthers. The Cheesemakers handle it well enough to send a free ball over. They get a good set to Sedona Roberts, but she pushes it just a bit far. 8-3 the score now. Monroe trails. They get the side out, though, and have the serve. It'll be Alicia Witt serving this one. Good serve is picked up, and a little confusion there. You could hear Erin Flanagan calling for help. Sedona Roberts, though, had her back to the ball. Couldn't track it. So that one goes down. It's 8-4 in favor of Oregon as Witt will continue to serve for the Cheesemakers. Nice serve, but a good up from Leah Rogers. Poked, and I think they're going to have to send this one over free. They do. Poked by Erin Flanagan just enough, and now she gets a great pass. Goes outside to Beckett Pearson, who drives it into the block and down. And then we get a net violation against number 4, Cassie Gersbach, as she tries to get it up. What a job by Beckett Pearson to find the way between the block and the net on a difficult swing away from the net. Panthers up 9-4, and here comes the serve. Again, the setter not able to serve on the bad pass. Hard shot across, but handled. Flanagan out to Beckett Pearson. Pearson off the block, but the Cheesemakers get it on a very nice pass. Outside, in fact, too far outside. Flanagan handles that one. And we're going to get a net violation against the Cheesemakers once again. It'll be 10-4 in favor of Oregon. Kind of an odd set coming off the center there. She didn't really get it evenly, and so it drifted over to the Panthers' side. Serving for the Panthers is Lexi Carls. Carls drives a nice one, but it's handled by Monroe. Middle set coming, they just dump it over. Flanagan's out, and Conop will take the set. She puts it out to Beckett Pearson. Pearson from the 10-foot line. Taken up by the Cheesemakers all the way across, and it's a free ball. That ball's going a bit long. Good eye. Leah Rogers and Lexi Carls watch it go out of bounds. It's Oregon 11-4, and that will take us to our first timeout taken by the Monroe Cheesemakers. They trail by 7 in this first set. So far, this set has been all Oregon. They are passing very well, setting very well, swinging very well, and their serves have been key. We saw this with Oregon when they played Watertown. Watertown's serve was definitely their strength. Oregon had real trouble getting clean passes back. So far, that is the case now for Monroe. Oregon's serves doing a lot of damage. Monroe not getting clean passes. They've had one double hit already from the setter. They had another error from the setter where the ball drifted over the net, which led to a net violation for Monroe. They're going to have to clean up the service return if they want to have a chance of getting back into this game. As it is, Lexi Carls does have the serve for the Panthers. Her team is up 11-4. Referee blows us back in, and here comes Carls' serve. Handled by Monroe, they'll go to the outside. Big left-handed swing, stuffed. Sedona Roberts and Erin Flanagan combine and just deny Zoe Pond's swing on the outside. A big left-handed hitter. I was watching her in warm-up. She can really drive the ball, but Roberts and Flanagan not allowing it. Oh, and a service ace from Carls. A little confusion between Lexi Davis and Alicia Witt lets that ball fall right to the floor. Carls delivering here with the service, and her team now leads by 9, 13-4. Carls takes a little bit off this one, and it's well handled by Monroe. They go outside again to Pond. Pond drives a hard one, and they get it off the touch. Zoe Pond fires that one off the block this time, and it goes down. 13-5 and the side out to Monroe. Lexi Davis will take the serve. Davis with a jump float. Well handled by Kana. Goes outside to Pearson. Pearson forced to tip the tight serve. And we do get a net violation against Monroe. Monroe struggling. They're losing track of where they are here. That's the third net violation they've had in this game. Yet another issue for them to clean up. Checking into the game is Bailey Gable. She'll replace Beckett Pearson, and she has the serve. Gable's first serve, a difficult floater. Now comes the outside set. Pond drives a hard one. That one brought up by Carls. Flanagan outside to Rogers. Rogers, a nice adjustment to put some on that ball. Now they come outside. Hard swing coming, nearly picked up by Gable, but not good enough. Peyton Sagafis, the captain, one of the two captains for these Cheesemakers, drives it down, and Gable not quite able to get it up cleanly. Meredith Hose will serve, her team down 14-6. Light serve, Conop handles it easily. Outside set to Leah Rogers. Rogers fires one down, but a nice handle by Hose. Backside set to Zoe Pond, rolled over, and she finds the gap in the defense. Nice play from Zoe Pond, rolls that one over into a spot and finds the hole in the Panthers defense. Gets the point for her team. It's 14-7 now. Panthers still on top, but it's Meredith Hose serving for the Cheesemakers. Hose takes a long run up to this one. It's a little jump handled by Carls. Flanagan back into the middle, and this will just be sent over free by Gable. Hose drifts back, sends it nice on the net. Middle set, dinked over, picked up by Conop, but she's in the net again. That was Sydney Mathiasen, the other captain. I'm sorry, they have three captains, so one of the three captains, Sydney Mathiasen, the middle hitter, ends up in the net. Side out to Oregon, they lead 15-7. In the high school game, we played at 25 in the first 4 sets. If a 5th set is required, that will be played only to 15, but you must win by 2 points. Sedona Roberts fires one, and it unfortunately drifts out of bounds on the near side here. Service error gives the side out to Monroe. They trail 15-8. Checking in to take the serve is number 6, Alexis Allen, the third of the captains for these Cheesemakers. Allen with a nice jump serve, handled though by Gable. Middle set to Eigel, picked up by Allen. Now the middle set back out to Mathiasen. She drives it across, Conop puts one tight on. Joust is won by Mathiasen. Flanagan not able to get up and get in contact with it for the Panthers, and Mathiasen puts it down. 15-9, and the Panther lead shrinks to 6 here with Monroe serving. Deep serve from Monroe, too deep. Out of bounds beyond the end line. Oregon takes it back. They lead 16-9, and it's the setter, Erin Flanagan, to serve. Flanagan, a junior, they'll be happy to have her back. She's already a huge contributor to this team. And as I say that, she drives the serve off the arms of Peyton Sigafus and gets another point for her team. 17-9 as the junior setter continues to serve. Hard driven ball, but well handled by Hose. Outside set coming, lightly tapped. Conup and Rogers collide, neither one able to get it. And it's number 12, Peyton Sigafus, that puts that one down. Sigafus now to serve. She too takes a large windup. Her team trails 17-10. Nice jump serve, but handled, well handled by Gable. Outside to Reed. Reed drives one off Hose, and it's a score. What a job by Gable, and that is where service return is so important. That was an excellent serve. Gable gets it up well enough to get Flanagan a decent chance at a set. Erin Reed finishes the job. Leah Rogers now to serve for the Panthers, up 18-10. Outside set coming here. Set it up, driven, nope, it did not make it over the net. Hit the tape and came right back. 4 hits against Monroe, and now it's 19-10 with Rogers serving. Sends this one deep into the corner, well handled by the Cheesemakers. They go middle, driven off the block, and Rogers handles that. Outside set to Pearson. Pearson with the back of her hand. I can't believe it. Flanagan giving her a look like, yeah, I know I pushed that set a little far. Pearson adjusts and hits it with the back of her fist. What a job by Beckett Pearson. It's 20-10. And a great serve from Leah Rogers. Makes it 21-10. The Panthers are rolling. And it's a second timeout for Monroe. The Cheesemakers, a lot of things are going wrong for them, particularly in the service return game, like I said, but a lot of things are going right for Oregon too. That last point being a perfect example. The set from Erin Flanagan a bit beyond where Beckett Pearson had planned on it being. Her run was inside of the ball. She had to reach across her body and with her right fist punch it over the net. She managed to not only do that, but drive it into the block in such a way that it came back and struck the antenna out of bounds against Monroe, and a point for Oregon. So far, the Panthers are just rolling here. They are absolutely rolling. They're up by 11, 21-10 as we come back from this timeout. Leah Rogers will continue to serve, and Monroe has got to get some decent balls up to their server, number 13, their setter, Alicia Witt. Rogers serves comes, she goes deep corner once again. It is mishandled by Haley Bethhauser, and now it's 22-10. Oregon 3 points away from taking this first set in almost record time. Oregon just rattling off point after point here. Leah Rogers drives this one to the libero. It's a bit tight on the net. They go for the middle set. Driven back by the block of Jenna Eigel. This one's going to be tight on the net. They get it over the block, and it's out of bounds. Out of bounds the signal. We're looking for a signal about a touch. No touch is the signal. The line judges are pulled. A nice job by Jenna Eigel on the block, and then they avoid touching the out of bounds ball. The serve from Rogers comes. Set coming. This is going to be a set behind the 10-foot line. Flanagan handles it. She's out, so Conup will set. Sets it to Pearson. Pearson at the 10-foot line. It goes off a hose. Couldn't decide if she wanted to let it go or if she needed to play it. Unfortunately results in a bit of a miscue, and now it is set point for Leah Rogers. 24-10, and here it comes. Hose handles that one tight on the net once again. Middle set, and she backed into the net. The setter, Alexis Allen, backed into the net. And the net violation gives the Panthers the first set. Boy, the Panthers looking awfully good. Monroe a bit out of sorts. They're having trouble judging the ball. They're having trouble returning the serve. We'll see if they can clean it up in the next set. Right now, the Panthers lead 1-0, but we've still got a lot of volleyball to play. You're watching Oregon Panthers girls volleyball on OCA Media. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody. Zach Seeloff here for OCA Media as the Panthers continue their battle, up 1-0 against the Cheesemakers. Flanagan to serve. Handled by the Cheesemakers. Free ball sent over. Flanagan now the backside set to Reed. She drops it in, but she's well into the net. Yeah, Reed's approach on that one just carried her right into the net. So the side out for Monroe, a quick 1-0 lead. As we start the second set, Panthers looked very sharp in the first set. They'll look to replicate that here. Serving is number 12, Peyton Sigafus. Nice set from Sigafus, but well handled. Driven by Igo. She uses the tape, and she gets the ball down. Jenna Igo with the kill there, and Leah Rogers to serve, tied at 1. Rogers a hard-driven serve. Roll shot coming from the Cheesemakers, handled. Outside to Pearson. Pearson blocked, but she gets her own ball up. Now the set out to, and that's going to be a double hit. Erin Flanagan not quite able to handle that one the way she wanted. Nice job by Beckon Pearson to dig her own blocked ball. But it's 2-1 Monroe with number 16, Sydney Mathiasen, to serve. Pearson handles that very nicely. Backside set to Reed. Reed drives it through the block and down. Mathiasen not able to get the dig. And Erin Reed has another kill. Emily Conup, the libero, to serve, tied at 2. Conup with a difficult jumping serve. That one twists out of bounds. Put a lot of side spin on that ball, but it carries out of bounds on the near side. Back to Monroe, they're up 3-2 as we've been exchanging side outs early in this game. Slow jump serve, Conup handles it. Middle sets him, to Sedona Roberts. Now they send it over on the set, but handled well. Outside set, swing, block, and it's out. Oh man, a hard-driven ball from Zoe Pond. Flanagan and Roberts combined for the block, but it goes out of bounds. 4-2, the Monroe lead. Oh, and I tell you, that is exactly how the jump float is supposed to work. You want that crazy movement, and even a skilled back row player like Leah Rogers has difficulty handling that. You could see she was not able to field that ball cleanly. We've got a little discussion happening. The down ref here is coming to meet with the down ref is speaking with the student section. I'm not sure what the complaint was, but the down ref having words with the student section. So 5-2, the Monroe lead as they continue to serve. Another difficult serve, but well handled by Kana. Backside to Reed. Reed rolls it over, and it's picked up by the Cheesemakers. Block on that, but it'll be a free ball now coming to the Panthers. Flanagan's got it. Backside to Reed again. Drives it hard, and she scores. Panthers not panicking. The ball comes over unexpectedly. They handle it well, set up the play, and Erin Reed finishes. She'll check out now for Lexi Carls, the defensive specialist, who will have the serve. Oregon trails Monroe 3-5. Tough one to handle there. Not a great pass off the serve, and that's what we've seen from Monroe. They've been struggling to handle these Oregon serves. Oregon now down just 5-4 with Carls serving. Carls had a lot on that one, but too low. Hits the tape and stays down. Monroe gets the side out. They're up 6-4. Serving now will be number 8, Ellie Muller. Conup with a nice job to handle it. Outside to Beckon Pearson. Pearson drives straight into the block and is shut down. Cassie Gersbach and Zoe Pond combined to put that one right on the floor. And Monroe up 7-4, still serving. And unfortunately there, Lexi Davis just never got the sort of run at that ball that she wanted. Looked a little out of sorts on her approach, side out on the service error. Panthers are down 7-5. Serving now is Bailey Gable. Gable with a light serve, it's picked up, but it's going to be tight on the net. They elect to just put it over. Flanagan sets it outside to Rogers. Rogers with the dink and gets it down. Sedona Roberts played that one initially. Flanagan Reacting quickly, gets it out to Rogers. Not a perfect set, but Rogers does what she needs to do and finds the floor. Panthers down only one, 7-6. Another good serve coming from Gable. This one plays off the arms of Peyton Sigafus and falls to the floor. Panthers have tied it up, and Gable will continue to serve. That one well handled by the Cheesemakers. They go outside set. Hard off the block, but picked up by Gable. Flanagan now in position. Sets Rogers. Rogers drives it off the block. But the Cheesemakers are able to rescue that one. Center free ball coming, and Conop has it. Go to the outside, Rogers again. Rogers into the block, it's picked up. Oh man, and they're not quite able to get it. What a job by Sedona Roberts to get that first one off the block. Unfortunately, it rolls into the net, and it's just so hard to play that way. But give huge credit to Roberts playing defensively there. But with the side out, Monroe retakes the lead 8-7. Hose has the serve. Deep serve, but Kana picks that one up nicely. Backside to Sedona Roberts. Roberts goes long, but it's handled. Now outside set coming to Sigafus. Sigafus is picked up by Kana. Flanagan back to Kana, who will send the free ball over. Hose gets it up, and now we're backside. No, middle hit. What a drive. Oh, I eyeballed that one wrong. It went middle right to Sydney Mathiasen, and she crushes it to the deep part of the court for the kill. Monroe 9-7 with the lead here. Doing much better, getting clean passes to their setters, which are making for much nicer swings. A little light tap here, but it's handled by Carls. Outside to Leah Rogers. Rogers takes one in. Recognizing the hole in the defense, she takes it just over the block, and a diving Alicia Witt can't get there in time. Nice play from Leah. Rogers, number 8, a key member of this team. She too is a junior, just like Erin Flanagan, but now the serve coming from Brooke Musell. Musell's serve is handled, not particularly well, and a free roll shot coming. No, the roll shot goes long. Good eye from the Panthers. They let it go out of bounds on the near side and tie this game back up 9-9. Musell continues to serve. Drives a nice long one. Again handled, but not particularly well, and this will just be rolled over by the libero. Flanagan gets this one, dinks it over, handled, and back immediately sent back. Flanagan's got a perfect ball here. Eigel on the one ball and dinks it down. Jenna Eigel looks a little abashed there. She swung kind of outside of the ball. Had a bit of a paintbrush on the outer half, but hey, got it across, got it to the floor, 10-9. The Panthers have retaken the lead. Hard driven serve, not well handled, but this will get a free ball across. Gable sets that one up. Flanagan to the outside for Rogers. Dog. And a nice job. A combination of Sydney Mathiasen and Zoe Pond reach up and grab that dink attempt from Rogers and throw it back down. Monroe on the side out reties the score, and it's 10-10. Jump float coming. Gable is able to get it, but Conop will have to take the second ball, and it's a free one sent over from Oregon. Nice pass up, and they go to the middles. Hard swing from Mathiasen, and Conop has it. What a dig by Emily Conop. Rogers now with the light dink, picked up by Monroe. It's going to be Mathiasen to send it over again. Carls now gets this one outside to Rogers. Rogers a drive, and it's out of bounds. Cut the line a bit too hard. Leah Rogers, a great swing there, but it's just a bit out of bounds on the far side. 11-10, Monroe has the lead once again. Gable drops back and picks that one up. Outside to Rogers. Rogers, a great swing. Oh, a textbook swing from the outside hitter position. Nothing the Cheesemakers can do about that, and it's tied at 11 once again. Erin Flanagan, the junior setter, to serve. Flanagan, a spinning serve, and this one quite a ways out of the zone. Mathiasen rolls it over, and Conop has it. They go for the backside set. Erin Reed blocked out of bounds. She tools it off the block of Mathiasen and Sigafus. If you're not familiar with the term, a tool is when the hitter hits it into the block with the intention of having it go out of bounds. That's just what she does there. Nice serve from Flanagan, but the Cheesemakers have it. The set over is blocked, but they get another attempt up. Another roll shot coming. Flanagan gets it. She's out. Conop has it. Free ball coming. Erin Flanagan not quite able to get it all the way there. That was just a bit of a confused point, unfortunately. Nice play by the Cheesemakers to react off the block. Score remains tied. It's 12-12 with Monroe to serve. Jumping roll shot, hits the tape and drops. If you're not in the right position when it hits the tape, you're not going to get there. Those are impossible to handle. Peyton Sigafus gets the point. Her team is up 13-12. This time handled by Conup. Go to Rogers on the backside. Rogers is dug up, and Hose will try and set this one up. They'll go for the roll over the top. Gable handles it. Now backside to Reed again. Reed, the backside shot, jams up the blockers, but they get it back across. Gable, a great pass. Outside to Rogers. Rogers with the tip, but the Cheesemakers have it again. A swing and a kill. Sydney Mathiasen taking the opportunity, goes far back corner and gets her team a 14-12 lead. The Cheesemakers playing much, much better in this second set. Panthers won 25-10 in the first set. It's now 14-12 here in the second. Sigafus with the serve. That one does not get over the tape. It's out of bounds. Sigafus will sub out for her back row replacement, Haley Bedhauser. And Leah Rogers will now have the serve for the Panthers. They trail 14-13. Rogers, a nice deep ball, but it's perfectly handled by Monroe. They go to the middle for Mathiasen. A bit late on her jump, and now they're coming outside to Becken Pearson. Pearson crushes one, cross court, and gets it down. Mathiasen, I said late on her jump. I should have said early. She was falling as she hit that and wasn't able to drive it the way she wanted. The Panthers take advantage. Tied at 14 as Rogers serves. That one too long. Becken Pearson pops it up. Flanagan's got it back to Pearson. Pearson from a bit off the net with a nice shot. This will be a free ball if anything, and they can't do it. Nice adjustment there. Pearson didn't expect it to come over. She's able to handle it enough. Flanagan gets the ball back to her, and she does the rest. Rogers serving ahead 15-14. Cheesemakers going to the outside now. Light swing comes. Flanagan gets it up. But the reaction shot from Eigel doesn't get enough air under it. It falls to the floor, and Monroe on the side out ties it again at 15-15. Senior middle blocker Sydney Mathiasen to serve. Mathiasen's serve is handled by Pearson. Outside to Reet. Reet a little long on that one. Didn't quite snap it as much as she wanted. And now the Cheesemakers have the lead again, 16-15. Mathiasen, 6'1", tallest player on her team. Sends this one to Conup. Conup's tight on the net. That one comes over the top, and we're going to get, I believe, a net violation against Erin Flanagan. Panthers pleading their case for an over-the-net violation from Monroe. Discussion between the refs. No, we're going to give it a net violation to the Panthers, so 17-15 Monroe as Mathiasen continues to serve. Mathiasen, a hard-driven ball. Conup picks it up. Flanagan out to Pearson. Pearson drives one. Whoa, what a one-arm save. And that one picked up by the Panthers off the hard throw. Reed will just push it deep. Reed finds a hole. What a spot shot from Erin Reed on a free ball pass. Right below the foul line painted there for the basketball court. She finds the open hole, and Mathiasen can't get to it in time. Panthers get the side out. They trail by one, 17-16 in a much more evenly matched set. Emily Conup, a deadly server for these Panthers. She goes, and just as I say that, I hate saying that because I know I'm going to jinx them. Her jump float goes long, and it's 18-16 Monroe. Alicia Witt, senior setter for the Cheesemakers to serve. Witt also goes long on the jump float, and the Panthers are right back in business. Erin Reed will check out as Lexi Carls comes in, and she will have the serve, down 18-17. Mathiasen plays it up. Witt back into the middle. Mathiasen attempts the pipe, and I think it just misjudged it. You can tell she's swinging it across her body. Hits it with the forearm. It falls to the floor, and it is tied at 18 now. Line judge coming up, just wanted to adjust the antenna on the near side here. And now we're back in play. Long serve and too long. What an eye by number 11, Kaylee Bedhauser. She jumped up to make the play and pulled her arms back at the last second. And it does indeed go long. 19-18 Monroe on the service error. Rogers handles that one. Beckett Pearson able to get it back in play and sent across by Carls. Mathiasen now into Witt. Backside set to Pond. Pond off the block. Flanagan gets it up, as does Sedona Roberts. And Carl's roll attempt is too low. Hits the net. That is unfortunate, and it's going to produce a timeout from Oregon. Nice job by the Panthers to get that one up in a position to be sent over. Carls unfortunately fires a roll shot that's just a bit low and into the net. We are seeing a different Cheesemakers team in this set. I don't know if it's a matter of settling down, if they adjusted something about their alignment or what, but they are handling the serves better. They're getting better passes, better sets, better swings, and that has led obviously to a much better outcome. They're on top here 20-18. They only scored 10 points in the first set. They dropped that one 25-10, but they are 5 points away from victory here in the second set. Panthers head coach Katie Heitz called this timeout, wants to get her girls a range, try and get a side out and get back on top of this score. They're back in as the student section getting into this one. I gotta say, I know the referee came over to chastise them for something, but as I've been attending these games, I've been very impressed by this student section. The amount of support they give to this team is fantastic. The serve coming now from Monroe, they're up 20-18. Goes a bit long, call from the whole team. You can hear them shout out, supporting each other. Side out for the Panthers, and they will serve now in the person of Bailey Gable, down 20-19. Panthers want to get back in this one, go up 2-0 here. Gable's serve is handled nicely. Outside set coming. Hard off the block, but he's easily handled by Conup. Now outside to Rogers. Rogers through the block. Can she get it? Mathiasen has it. One last chance, and they can't get enough on it. Good effort from Monroe, but a better swing from Leah Rogers, and she ties this game 20-20. Rogers, one of the most expressive members of this team. You can always tell when she is feeling good about the game. 20-20 is Gable's serve, a difficult serve, but well handled by Mathiasen. Backside to Pond. Pond, a hard rip, but too hard. Outside of the end line, and it's 21-20 as the Panthers recapture the lead. Bailey Gable serving well, looking to put another one in here. Drops this one in a little shorter. Mathiasen able to get to it. Outside to Sigafus. Sigafus a roll shot off the block, but Conup has it. Going outside to Leah Rogers. High set, blocked, but picked up by Sedona Roberts. Back to Rogers at the 10-foot line. Roll shot over the block, and now coming outside. Going to the middle here, the set for Allen. Picked up, and now Flanagan to Roberts. Roberts gets it down, and the return is in. Oh, the return from Alicia Witt is in. The Panthers thought it was going out. It manages to find the line. And Monroe stays alive, tied at 21. Meredith Hose, the libero, senior player to serve. Drops one in on Carls. Rogers handles that, and Flanagan sends the free ball out. Nicely set up for the Cheesemakers here. They go right to the center for Mathiasen. The dink comes, and Conup has it. Chops one over, Mathiasen there. Backside set to Pond. Pond, the lefty swing off the block, but Gable picks it up. Now outside to Rogers. Rogers blocked up and picked up by Conup. Dumped over, and Mathiasen has it. Pond tries to get it back. That one's coming over the top. Blocked back in, and they'll take it again. Looking to set up here outside to Rogers. Rogers off the block and the score! And that's just what I mean. You can see Leah Rogers pumping the fist on the score, and it's 22-21 Panthers. Oh my goodness, what a rally from both teams, but Leah Rogers finishes it. Now serving is Brooke Bucell, 3 points away from a second set win. Backside set coming. Sigafus is too low. Had a weird angle there. She had to turn and look, couldn't see what she wanted. She drives it into the net, and that's going to cause Coach Heidi Witt to take a timeout. Oregon 2 points away from going up 2-0. They have regrouped after being down 20-18. They've retaken the lead, and they are up 23-21. They have the serve. Brooke Bucell is serving. And so far, Leah Rogers is the standout of this game for the Panthers. She is playing tremendous volleyball here. Doing it in the back row, doing it in the front row, above the net, covering on blocks. Tremendous work from Leah Rogers and from all of these Panthers. A game that at times seemed like it might be slipping away. They have fought, they have clawed their way back into it, and they now have a 23-21 lead with Brooke Bucell to serve. Bucell drives one deep. Hose is going to have to set this one. She does get it to Sigafus. Sigafus' line shot is too hard, and it's out of bounds on the near side. 24-21, it's set point, and the Panthers can go up 2 sets to none here. Musel to serve. Nice serve coming, but it's picked up by the Cheesemakers. Outside to Pond, the left-handed swing is no good. Paint brushes it into the net, and the Panthers have a 2-set-to-none lead. Oregon looked shaky at times there, looked like they might give up. They did not. They stayed with it. The timeout when they were down 20-18, whatever Coach Katie Heights said to them, got them back in this game. Leah Rogers provided a much-needed spark with some great attacks, and Brooke Musel finishes out with the serve. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back for the third set. Do not go anywhere, folks. You're watching Oregon Panthers girls volleyball here on OCA Media. Alrighty, folks, welcome back. Zach Seeloff here for Oregon Cable Access OCA Media. The student section just got done bowling for students. They managed to pick up the 7-10 split, and we'll hope that bodes well. The Panthers hold a 2-0 set advantage here in this best-of-5 match, but it's Monroe to serve here in the start of the third set. Alexis Allen serves. Beckon Pearson handles it. Rogers puts it back in the middle, and Conop will send the free ball over. Witt now tries to set that one up. Mathiason's going to just have to dink it. Flanagan's got it, and Rogers back into the middle. Flanagan will drop a nice set over. Cheesemaker's a little out of sorts, but they get it back. Oh, man, and the roll shot goes down. Beckon Pearson stretches one arm to try and reach it. She gets an arm on it, but it's not good enough. 1-0 the lead for Monroe after a lengthy first rally. Alexis Allen, senior captain, to serve once again. Long serve from Allen, picked up by Kana. Flanagan back into the middle for the backside attack from Pearson. Picked up by the Cheesemakers. Sigafus hard off the block, but Pearson handles that one cleanly. Rogers from the outside, stuffed, but Kana has it again, and dumped! Oh, Flanagan, tricky with the setter's dump. Great defensive play from both of these teams, but Flanagan seals the deal. It's tied 1-1 as she will serve for the Panthers. Deep and too deep, I'm afraid, out of bounds. Right back to Monroe. They have a 2-1 lead early in this set. Panthers have a 2-0 set advantage in this match. Peyton Sigafus to serve. A long, long run up for Sigafus. Hard driven ball picked up by Pearson. Flanagan to the outside. Blocked is Rogers' shot, but Flanagan goes for the dump again. This time the Cheesemaker's not fooled. Middle from Mathiason, drives it, but it's, oh darn, and Pearson with a nice dig. But Rogers and Flanagan, I think a little confusion on just who was gonna grab it. It does fall to the floor. 3-1 the lead for Monroe. Coach Heights makes sure they know who's got it as we get ready for another serve from Sigafus. out of position signal from the down ref. Coach Katie Heights coming to check it. So the signal is out of position. So we get in volleyball, you do have to be aligned just so based on your position in the rotation. The signal was for out of position, so the fact that the serve was no good does not matter. It's 4-1 Monroe on the violation. Long serve coming, far too long in fact. Side out on the service error. And now it'll be Leah Rogers' chance to serve. She has done some damage in this game. Her team trails 4-2. That one handled nice and high for the Cheesemakers. They go for the middle set. Mathiason's block, and she ends up in the net. Mathiason's dink was blocked, and then she ended up in the net afterwards. Leah Rogers serving now only down 4-3. Rogers rolls one over at confused hose. They nearly get it back up. A nice effort from Haley Bethauser at the end there, but it goes for naught. And Rogers has tied this game 4-4 for the Panthers. Nice rolling serve there. Comes hard for the setter to get it. That one's going to come over and crushed by Aaron Reet. Just sends it right back into the face of the Cheesemaker defense. Panthers take their first lead of this game 5-4. Ball rolled well out of play there. Now we get it back in. And it'll be Leah Rogers continuing to serve. She's rattled off 3 straight points. Looking for a fourth. Rolls this one up. Back into the middle for Mathiason to roll that. Konup has it very nicely. Backside set to Reed. Reed goes for the dink. Picked up by the Cheesemakers. They come back towards the middle for Mathiason. Mathiason drives it into the block. Now they have a backside attempt. What a block from the Panthers! Beckon Pearson and Jenna Eigel just reject that shot from Alicia Witt. Oh my goodness. And it's 6-4 Panthers. 4 straight points from Leah Rogers. Rogers another difficult serve, but well handled this time by the Cheesemakers. Mathiason hard off the block, and Konup is there. Backside to Reed. Reed does not get that one over the net. 4 hits against the Panthers. And that, for the first time, was what we needed to see from Monroe, a decent service return in this game, and that allows them to get a good play going. 6-5 is the Oregon advantage, but Mathiason to serve for the Cheesemakers. Hard shot coming, Pearson has it, it's gonna be pretty tight on the net. She gets it to Eigel, and Eigel finds a way through. Oh, what a job by Erin Flanagan. That ball was quite tight on the net, but she gets the quick set to Jenna Eigel, and the Panthers earn the side out. They lead 7-5, and it will be the libero, Emily Konup, the junior, to serve. Konup with a nice serve to the outside, picked up by the Cheesemakers. They try for a high middle set, and they'll just send over a free ball. Konup grabs that one easily. Gets it to Flanagan to Pearson. Pearson didn't have much on that one, and the Cheesemakers handle it. Hard driven ball through there. It's picked up though by Flanagan. Konup the outside set to Reed. Reed with a hard throw, but it's picked up by Pearson as it's sent back over. Going deep is Flanagan, but handled by the Cheesemakers. Middle set, off the block, picked up by Rogers. Now outside to Pearson again. Pearson into the block, and she gets her own dig. Now going middle side to Rogers. Rogers is too cross court on that one. A nice middle set for the pipe. The back row attack from Leah Rogers, but she put a little bit too much on it. It comes out of bounds on the near side. Monroe gets the side out. They're down 7-6. Alicia Witt will serve this one. Witt gets it over. It hits the net, but handled by Rogers. Now the set to Reed. What a set from Beckon Pearson. And Reed drives it cross court down past the block. My goodness. Beckon Pearson with a killer bump set there. Aaron Reed does the job. Outstanding work from these Panthers, and they lead 8-6. Lexi Carls with a difficult float serve. My God, that was a knuckleball if I've ever seen one. That is just the kind of motion you want on the float serve. Lexi Carls delivers, and Oregon has the 9-6 advantage. They lead 2-0 in this best-of-5 match, the penultimate match of the regular Big 8 season. Excuse me, the regular Badger South season, and there comes a straight-up ace from Lexi Carls. Falls to the floor untouched, and it's 10-6 Oregon. The service is back in business for Oregon. They seem to have made an adjustment and are attacking the Cheesemakers the way they need to here. That one caught Meredith Hose up high. She expected it to fall faster than it did. Again, the float serve is tricky that way. No one able to handle it after that first contact, and it's 11-6 Oregon. Carls again with the floater. Mathiasen sends it over. Robertson, and it's down. Sedona Roberts all the way to the end line. The Panthers serve is doing the job here. 12-6 as Lexi Carls cannot be stopped by the Cheesemakers defense. Carls again deep to Mathiasen. She handles this one. Now outside to Zoe Pond. Pond well struck, but it's picked up. Back over to Rogers, and Rogers will just send it over free. Handled by the Cheesemakers. They're going to go to the backside. Pond again, and Pond is too long. Out of bounds. Cross-court shot from Pond. Flies over towards the Panthers bench and out of bounds. 13-6 is the Oregon lead. Carls again, a nasty floater. Mathiasen able to get it up, but now Pond is going to have to just roll this one. Conup able to pick that one up, and this will be a free ball from Beckett Pearson. Mathiasen picks it, but it spuns a little funny off of her. They go for the back row attack, and Conup with a great dig. Now we're setting up Pearson. Pearson dumps it in short. Handled funny at the net by number 4, Cassie Gersbach, and her teammates can't get it. Gersbach tried to get on top of that one. Instead, it spun back off her hands, and that leads to a 14-6 Oregon advantage. Oh man, this serve is so mean from Lexi Carls. My word. My word, and that's going to bring up a timeout from the Monroe Cheesemakers. Lexi Carls is just doing damage here with that float serve. It has a ton of speed, it has a ton of movement, it is entirely unpredictable. She's locating it at different points on the floor, and the Cheesemakers do not have a good answer. All they really need is a good pass, a good set, and a good swing. We know they can do all of those things. We've seen them drive some great balls, in particular freshman Zoe Pond. Number 18 Zoe Pond is a freshman, which is, I have to admit, I'm just now looking at that, and I am very surprised to hear that because she is 5'8" for one, and boy does she have a swing. She can really drive the ball, but they need a decent pass to get things started, and so far Lexi Carl's jump serve is just not permitting them to get the kind of a pass that they want. Panthers are back on the floor ready to go. They've got the 15-6 advantage. They're also up 2-0 in this best-of-5 match. Cheesemakers back on the floor, and we're ready to play. Carls goes long on this one. It's picked up by the Cheesemakers, but not cleanly, and they'll have to send it over free. Carls up to Flanagan. Flanagan dumps it. Mathias, that was Pond that tried to handle it one-fisted, and she couldn't get it clear of the net. Lexi Carls with a 16-6 lead. Still crushing these serves. That one, though, handled a bit better, and they'll go out to Pond. Pond, the left-handed swing off the block. Rogers has it tight on the net. The joust is won by Cassie Gersbach. Flanagan was moving past, had to reach behind herself to put a hand on that ball, and Gersbach wins the joust, puts the ball to the floor, and finally gets a side out for these Cheesemakers, but they do trail 16-7. Ellie Muller will have the serve for the Cheesemakers. Puts a nice high ball. It's flicked up by Lexi Carls, set up to Beckett Pearson by Rogers, and Mathiasen handles the roll shot. Now the middle swing coming from Gersbach, and Gersbach drives it past Carls. And that is just what the Cheesemakers need. Good pass, good set, good swing. They get all three of them there, and they earn the point. They trail 16-8 now. Another high serve coming. Leah Rogers has it. Sedona Roberts on the one ball. They're able to get it up, but they can't get back to it. Ellie Muller got a hand on it, but Mathiasen not able to get there in time before it hits the floor. And now as Beckett Pearson checks out, Bailey Gable will check in for the Panthers. They have a 17-8 lead in this third set. Gable's serve stays low and ends up in the net. 17-9 on the side out, and Monroe will get the serve. It'll be their libero, Meredith Hose, to take it. Hose with the jumping serve, easily handled by Kana. Kana up to the outside for Rogers. Rogers drives into the block. She's not able to get it, and Kana was falling away. I think she thought it was going to come harder, but it did hit the net. That slowed it down a little bit, and it drops in the gap. 17-10 is the Panthers' lead. Monroe still serving. deep serve coming. Carl's able to get it just enough. Gable finds it. And now and Leah Rogers' attempt to pass it over is too low. Hits the net, and it's 17-11. Erin Flanagan trying to get her team back in this one. Get the ball back for a serve. Short serve coming. Gable has it. That one's going to be high. It's set over. And we're going to get a net violation against Erin Flanagan. She was very tight on that pass. Coach Katie Heights trying to settle her team down, get them back in this as Monroe has closed the gap to 17-12. Long serve coming. Conop's got it. And a little miscommunication there. I think Lexi Carls probably could have handled that a little bit better. Conop takes it though. And now it's 17-13 and Monroe fighting their way back. Not going to go away here as Hose still serving. Hose fires that one. Conop easily has it. Flanagan outside to Rogers. Rogers forced to tap it over. Mathiasen picks it up. Now the middle set coming to Pond. Pond's ball does not get over the net. Hits the tape and comes right back. And the Panthers get the side out that they needed. It's 18-13 Oregon with Brooke Bucell to serve. Bucell, a back row specialist, a senior player. Her shot, though, goes right into the net on the first serve. She'll check out for Sedona. Whoop. Back ref double checking here on the down ref, checking the numbers. Sedona Roberts will check in and immediately be replaced by Emily Kana. Alexis Allen, senior captain, to serve for the Cheesemakers, down 18-14. Ball is handled. Flanagan's got it. Nice outside set to Rogers. Rogers with a good shot, but it's handled by Hose. Middle set to Mathiasen. She's got to dink it. Conop's got it there. And back out to Rogers. Rogers off the block and finds it down. Leah Rogers, you put the ball on her hand and she can always do something with it off the outside of the block and down. And it's 19-14 Oregon. Erin Flanagan to serve. Flanagan, a nice float there, not well handled. Hose has it and this will be a free pass coming over. Gable, a perfect pass there. They go backside to Reed. Reed off the block, but the Cheesemakers have it up. Mathiasen crushes one. Oh my goodness, Sydney Mathiasen, turn and drive. What a shot from the senior middle blocker. An outstanding hit, and she gets the side out for her team. Oregon has a 19-15 lead with Peyton Sigafus to serve. Sigafus off the net, picked up by Eigel, and now going over Flanagan. Mathiasen has it right up to the center. Middle to Mathiasen. It's picked up by Flanagan. And once again, a little confusion in the back row. Gable and Conop sort of running step for step with each other. I'm not sure either one really could have gotten it any more cleanly than that, though. It was just a bit out of their range. And Coach Katie Heights, after seeing what was a 9-point lead shrink to 3, is going to take a timeout here. Give huge credit to the Cheesemakers. They were down 17-8. At one point, and they have battled back. They are now within 3, down 19-16, but they do trail 2 sets to none. This is a best-of-5 match. If Oregon can rattle off 6 more points some way here, they will have taken this entire match from the Cheesemakers, but the Cheesemakers are not going to make it easy on them. And how about Sydney Mathiasen? That shot off the first shot was a return and just set her up to twist in midair and crush it to the back half of the court. She is a special player above the net here. Both teams coming back from the timeout. Each team having used one here, and we're ready to play once again. Peyton Sigafus, senior outside hitter and one of the 3 captains on this Cheesemaker team, will serve. That one came off her hand quite strangely. Didn't get the full contact that she wanted into the net, and it's a side out. The Panthers now within 5 of victory here at this match. 20-16 is the lead, and here comes Leah Rogers. Rogers rolls that one. Hose picks it up very nicely. Outside set, well hit, but Conop has it. Flanagan throws it over, but now the Cheesemakers in business. Mathiasen down, and Conop gets it up. Outside to Becken Pearson. Pearson off the block, and Hose has that one. Coming inside to Mathiasen, blocked out of bounds. Eigel and Becken Pearson with a very nice block, but it ends up out of bounds. Side out for the Cheesemakers, and it's 20-17 Oregon. Mathiasen will have the serve. Light jump and a nice serve there. But they go backside to Aaron Reed. Reed off the block and a score. Aaron Reed got it in between the two defenders. It was Cassie Gersbach and Lexi Davis, and is able to find the floor. Oregon the 21-17 lead with Emily Conop to serve. And unfortunately, the service errors continue to plague the Panthers. That has been a huge change for them in this game, and it has really cost them. 21-18 the score. Alicia Witt serving for the Cheesemakers. Witt drops a nice one over the net, and just like we said when that happened previously, boy, when it hits the tape like that, if you don't happen to be standing right where you need to be, you're just not going to get it. But as it is, Monroe trails only by 2, 21-19. Another short serve. Conop with a nice job to pick it up. Backside to Reed. Reed with the dink. She gets it down. Aaron Reed to the absolute corner. What a play off the block. And the dink is good. 22-19. And Lexi Carls, who rattled off so many points, is now to serve again. Float serve comes. Mathiasen not able to get it cleanly. Pond back into the middle of the court. Mathiasen sends it over too hard. Mathiasen pushes it too hard and out of bounds. And it's 23-19, which is going to bring a timeout from the Cheesemakers. Lexi Carls is deadly with that serve. It is just so hard to return, and the Cheesemakers have not had a good answer for it. You can see it on a play like that. That play starts because the initial serve is just not well handled, and then everything else from that point on is out of sorts. Everyone's sort of scrambling, moving around in parts of the court they're not used to being in, or maybe they're not even supposed to be in. You end up with the need to send a free pass. You try to do a little too much with it, and it goes out of play. Lexi Carls has been lights out from the service line. She only needs 2 more points to give her team the victory in this match. Referee signals us in. 23-19 the score as Carls serves. Carls rolls that one up. It's picked up nicely this time by the Cheesemakers. Middle set coming to Gersbach. Gersbach jumped a bit early, was underneath that ball, not able to get the hand on it cleanly. Match point for the Panthers. 24-19 is the score. Carls with the serve. Right at Mathiasen. Mathiasen tight on the net, and they dump it over. Picked up by Pearson. This will just be a free ball over from Pearson. All the way to the back corner, but Mathiasen a nice pass. Coming outside to Lexi Davis. Davis's roll shot picked up by Rogers. But Flanagan and Carls couldn't get to it, and Monroe lives for at least another point. It's 24-20. Well, like I said at the top of the broadcast, you must win by 2 in these matches, which means Monroe needs a minimum of 4 points before they get a side out. A side out before they get 4 points, and the Panthers will have 1. High arcing serve, and Conop has it. Flanagan to the outside for Pearson. Pearson hard off the block, and it's good! Beckon Pearson gets the kill and gets the win. The Oregon Panthers in straight sets, 25-10, and took this one 25-20, and the previous set 25-20 as well. Oregon looking good on the court tonight. The Cheesemakers played well. They hung around, particularly in sets 2 and 3. Set 1 was all Panthers, but sets 2 and 3, the Cheesemakers gave them a run for the money, but in the end, the serve of Oregon was too tough. Leah Rogers and Lexi Carls in particular were just too much for these Cheesemakers to handle. I mentioned her earlier in the game, and obviously I'm going to go with her as my player of the game. Leah Rogers, outstanding for the Panthers in this game, played incredibly well. For the Cheesemakers, it's got to be Sydney Mathiasen. Their 6'1" middle hitter could do a lot, both in the back and the front row. It's not often you see a player that's that talented as a hitter also playing back row, because there's so many options for subs. They left her in the back row, and that was a wise move. She could really do a job back there. Unfortunately, though, her team falls in straight sets. The Panthers get the victory in their second to last match. Their very last match will be here a week from today, October the 12th, here at the Oregon Gymnasium against Beaver Dam. Folks, I hope you enjoyed watching this game as much as we enjoyed calling it. For our camera operator and producer, Tristan, my name is Zach Steeloff saying so long, and we'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.